What were you? What do you think kind of led to the slow starts the last 2 weeks with drive touchdowns back to back? What I seen there, and how do you come in?
Yeah, I mean, it's been 4 weeks in a row that has happened. You know, at this point, it's become unacceptable. I don't think that it's scheme. I don't. I think it's execution of the scheme. And I think that in the first two series of the games, the past couple weeks, there's just been too many mental mistakes. You know what I mean? It hasn't been a scheme thing, an execution thing. It's just been mental mistakes, and they're getting exposed out there on the field, and it's taking us 2 drives before we settle down and then start executing. And then once we execute, the product's a lot better. But we can't keep starting every game giving up 14 points before the first quarter's over with.
Speaking of that, what happened on that first touchdown along with the Mario Douglas when he came all the way across the field?
Just a failure in communication. You know, things that we can just get better at, and things that we will have to get better at.
And just how frustrating are the close losses with the third one led to the touchdown? How frustrating is that?
Yeah, we don't live in a league that, you know, we get moral victories for being close. You know, that isn't what the NFL is. The NFL is, it's not about points, it's about W's and L's, right? And we only have 1 W so far, so it is a bit frustrating. Every man in the building knows what it takes to win. We just got to go out there and execute better. I see myself as a leader, and I won't let this start breaking the team down. No, we're not going to allow this to turn into something. We're going to start pointing fingers at each other. And I know that, you know, the internet and everything is going to be one to tear us apart. But the most important thing is that the team stays as a team on the inside of the building. That's what I'm going to continue to push, because as long as we stay together, we'll always have a chance. And I think that if we eliminate the mistakes, we have a chance against anybody, seriously. But we don't stand a chance if we're shooting ourselves in the foot, right? So there's just too many mistakes across the board. If we clean those up, we can play a lot better ball than what we did today.
How do you go about keeping the team together? What's the method of doing that? Just talking to the guys?
Yeah. First of all, every play that was a quote-unquote bad play is all 11 guys' fault. Every one of them. It's not pointing the finger at one guy here or one guy there, because there isn't any one of us that played a perfect game today, right? So it's just about cleaning it up, and it's like, hey, as long as we look out for each other, we have each other's back, we communicate better, we slow the game down faster, right? We don't take 2 drives to slow the game down and start executing. We start executing from the jump. We're going to have a better shot.
What was the challenge that Drake made today?
Drake is just he's a consistent guy. I mean, Coach Vrabel over there does a great job. You could tell that they're well coached. It's a fundamental game plan. They didn't do a whole lot. It's about fundamentals, eye control, and disciplining gap integrity. And I think that he managed the game well. They just had some long drives there, ate up a lot of clock, and then a couple of times in the game he made plays with his feet when he needed to. But for the most part, he stayed calm and collected. So I think he did a good job.
To the point of keeping the team together, it's been a big story this week about Alvin doubling down on his desire to be here. Just for a roster with so many young guys, how important is that when you have the veteran guys who certainly earn the respect they had out of these situations, for them to still want to be here?
Yeah, your veterans set the culture of the team. Right, and that's one thing that I do think that we have right. Our veterans here set the culture of the team the right way. We just got to execute better. So Alvin, the way that he carries himself as a leader, especially through his play, I think that Spence has been doing more than enough. There's things that we can all do to get better, but I thought our offense played well and kept us in the game, especially in the first half. They did a lot to help us out defensively. But as long as your leaders stick together and your leaders remain tight and it doesn't turn toxic or the locker room starts falling apart, right? Because we've all seen those teams. I've been on teams like that before in my career. So you don't let it get to that point. There's always time to turn it around. We haven't played a single divisional game yet. Right, so everything that we want going to the playoffs and beyond, everything that we want is still in front of us. Right, so we're going to continue to attack that and execute it.
Justin, what was it about the matchup against K-Sean that was troublesome today?
I think that he's just a talented kid. We knew coming into the game that he wins a lot of 50-50 balls. That's how they view him. It's like, hey, if we want to take a 50-50 shot, the ball's going to go to number 9. And, you know, he won a couple of them. And, yeah, that's what happened.